Russia says Germany's assertion that Russian opposition leader Alexei Navalny was poisoned with a nerve agent does not back up with evidence. The Russian Foreign Ministry also accused Berlin of not cooperating with Moscow in the Navalny case. Separately, Kremlin spokesman Dmitry Peskov said that Russia wanted there to be a full exchange of information on the case. The remarks came after the German government claimed substance from the deadly nerve agent was found during Navalny's blood test. Chancellor Angela Merkel also demanded an explanation from Moscow. Navalny is in a medically induced coma. He was airlifted to a Berlin hospital last month. The hospital says he remains in a serious condition, although the symptoms of his poisoning are declining. Tony Gosling is an investigative journalist joining us. So we're looking at this case similar to another case that happened there in the UK, which you are very familiar with. What is your take on what is going on here?
Well, I think it's also similar to the assassination, actually, of Boris Nemtsov in February 2015. These are all figures who are pumped up by the Western press, and they say all the time, oh, this is a major figure in the Russian opposition. If you go to Russia, they're sometimes a bit challenged to know even who they are. Yes, Navalny stood for Moscow mayor, etc., but he's not got a big political party around him that can really challenge Putin as a presidential candidate or anything. We've still got the Russian Communist Party is still one of the major opposition parties. So these people are kind of pumped up by the West, and then we're told that, this means that the whole of the Russian political future is in the balance. This person is so powerful. The fact of the matter is, if you start to scratch the surface, you'll find it's not. But yeah, you're referring obviously to back in Salisbury in March 2018, the whole Novichok scandal. And the one thing that does have in common is, so far, thank God, nobody has actually died of this Novichok, apart from somebody, it looks as if, died from the drug fentanyl in Salisbury, not Novichok at all. So one wonders whether this is really a nerve agent and just how effective it is as a nerve agent, because nerve agents are the most deadly substances on the planet. One little drop of it will kill you. The idea that this is extremely dangerous stuff, I think we need to question, because it doesn't actually seem to have been killing the people who've actually been exposed to it.
You had the British Prime Minister Boris Johnson just less than an hour ago come out saying that this is outrageous, and he says, quote, "We have seen firsthand the deadly consequences of Novichok in the UK." What do you think the UK is going to do in terms of the way it's going to treat Russia prior to when an incident happened, as he mentioned there with Novichok, and now this?
Well, they're gunning for the Russians. Any excuse they can find to have a go in Britain and the United States, they're doing it. Interesting to see Merkel as well today weighing in without actually providing any evidence at all. But remember, Merkel is political history. She's going to be gone next year. She's already announced in 2021 she won't be continuing, she won't be standing. So in a way, you could see this as a cynical move by her and her party to sort of use up any failing credibility that she has, because she knows she doesn't have to stand for an election. But look, there is a very important angle to all of this, and that is that Russia is a very key third force in the world. We've got the two major superpowers, China, who, by the way, is alleged to be building up its nuclear forces to try and catch up with Russia and the United States. And, of course, they've had lots and lots of nuclear plants they've been building over the last decades in order to do that. So Russia and is a third force in this economic war and potential shooting war between the United States and China. And Russia has to be controlled, because they could actually swing things one way or the other. The idea is to blacken the name of Russia. And it's not just me saying that. Former French intelligence officer Paul Barril, B-A-R-R-I-L, he said this about 2 years ago. He revealed that there was something out there called Operation Beluga, which was a big intelligence operation really run out of NATO in Brussels through the NATO countries' intelligence services to smear Vladimir Putin and to blacken the name of Russia. So this is effectively just psychological warfare. They know that they really can't touch Russia militarily, but what they can do is to use their big corporations, these massive media transmitters around the world, around the Western world anyway, in order to try and blacken the name of Putin and Russia. And I think that's what they've been doing. At least that fits in very nicely with what Paul Barrel, the French former intelligence officer, was telling the world. Of course, he was never interviewed by anyone in the Western press, and they would not even entertain such a thought that they could be part of an attempted smear campaign against Russia. Russia, of course, is an Orthodox country, closer to the origins of Christianity, and I think it's pretty clear most of the rest of the Western world has wandered very, very far from those origins.
Thank you very much for that, Tony Gosling, investigative journalist talking to us there from Bristol. Many thanks.